Good morning. Welcome to Unlikely Disciple. My name is Dave, and this is a bit we're calling Finally Friday because it's finally Friday. Sitting here on the banks of the New River. This is where I get to call home, and can I just say, and can we all just say how blessed we truly are? The blessings that I have in my life, I've got to tell you, are I don't deserve a single one of them. You know, this being one of them, being able to just sit here, come down and record a video on the river, some peace and some tranquility in the morning. I mean, it really is a beautiful thing. Today, what I want to talk to you about is basically what I like to call the power of the paper. And the paper is right here in this book, the Bible, if you're not familiar. And I got to tell you, some things have happened here lately to where that power of that paper and the power of the word has really spoken to me, and it's spoken in a way that would be somewhat unexpected. And that's what I want to talk about today is, you know, we have a tendency today with the technology that we have available, which I'm not here to talk bad about technology, but you know, with things like the Bible app and things like that, we have a tendency to stick away from the paper and say, well, we can easily find and scroll things on the app, which is fantastic if you got your phone on you and you're in a place you don't have a Bible on your person, and you can get access to that word right away, and you can minister to somebody, evangelize, whatever it is, disciple. You have that opportunity. And then, you know, if you're down on your luck and you're having a hard day or something like that, and you want to know, like, what did Jesus say about this, and what did Jesus say about this thing that I'm going on in my life? Well, you can Google that. What did Jesus say about this and then you get the answer. That's a beautiful thing. But I recommend when you do find that, go to the chapter, the verses that it gives you, go to the chapter, read it out of the book. And you'd be amazed the way the power of that paper, what the word does. There's something about being able to touch the word, have it written down in front of you, and be able to feel it and touch it. There's something that just is different. And anybody who's been doing this long enough, I know you'll know what I'm talking about. I haven't been doing it that long, and I experience it. That it's kind of like when you love the author kind of thing, right? Like, you know, if you've ever lost a loved one and you've got a note that they wrote to you, or to, you know, maybe they wrote it to their wife, and you just have that note or something you cherish about something that they wrote on a piece of paper. So anyway, the power of the paper. So I want to tell you a story. There was not all that long ago, we were sitting I was sitting on the table on my back porch, and I've got my Bible on the table. I had been reading a little bit, and I put it down, closed the Bible, and I was just sitting in my chair looking out off my porch. And my daughter, 18 years old, she comes walking out. And now she's not really a believer. We did not grow up with God in our house. I'm sad for that, but I think it's left us with a lot of opportunities. So, you know, God uses everything for good. But anyway, she hasn't really grown with God in her life. So she looked at the Bible, looks at me, and she's like, I just can't believe, you know, how involved and how much this is just something that, you know, you went from never doing any of this stuff, and now you're all about God, you're all about this, you're all about that. It's just weird. That's what she said. I was like, all right, you know, I can appreciate that, because I can admit it is weird. Anyone who knew me knew that this is an unlikely place for me to be. Unlikely disciple. You see where I'm going with that. So, however, you know, it opened up a conversation, right? So where I told her, I was like, well, let me ask you a question. I said, when's the last time we had a knockdown, drag out fight in our household? You know, and when I say knockdown, drag out, I mean, there were days where everyone's cussing, swearing, doors are slamming, dogs are hiding under the bed, you know, just a bad time. Well, when's the last time we had that? And she looked and she said, you know, she just started thinking about it. You could see the wheels are turning, you know, she was thinking. And, you know, it was amazing, because at that moment I realized, you know, like, you know, that's how things had changed. And she, I know, realized it. Now, I'm not saying she was a believer right at that moment. We're still working on her. But you can't deny that when you start to follow the Lord and you start to let him into your life and develop that relationship, that it gives you peace in situations that would normally cause you strife. I have 2 teenage daughters. The agony, the stressful situations haven't gone away. The way I react to them is what's changed. So that, again, that conversation started because the book was on the table. Not because it was open, not because I read anything out of it to her, just because it was on the table. Now, fast forward today, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way back from the gym right now, and that's why I felt like I need to pull off and record this video. Today, lately I've been emboldened by the Spirit. I feel like there's something that I need to do, and I need to be unashamed in how I do it. I need to, because there's a lot of folks that don't really know this side of me, and I'm afraid to let it out. It hasn't been something that a lot of people know of me, so I'm kind of afraid to let it out because I don't want to lose some of the friends that I have. Now, a lot of people say, well, what you have in God is so much bigger than those people, and while that is true, I love these people, and I want to figure out a way to pull them closer, not push them away, but also let them in and say, hey, these are just some changes that I've made in my life. Maybe this video will help me get that message out there to some of the people that do know me. But anyway, I felt emboldened, so I was at the gym, and I've been thinking about what I wanted to do to record a video today. So I went into the Bible, and I've been thinking a lot about, it's Matthew 9, chapter 9, I think it's verse, I got the book right here, might as well not even guess. Yeah, it's Matthew chapter 9, verses 12 and 13, which is basically, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. For I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So I was thinking, at the gym is a good thing. We're all at the gym to make ourselves better, to make ourselves healthier, to make ourselves stronger. So why would it be any different when we think about, our time with the Lord? So as I was looking at my Bible app, looking up those verses, I remembered I have a Bible in my gym bag. Now, I put this Bible in my gym bag for the sake of if I ever ran into somebody, if there was ever an opportunity that maybe I met somebody and they didn't have a Bible, I could give this to them. This is an extra Bible. It's something that I had in my drawer, so I put it in my gym bag because it's small enough, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and you just never know when you might be given that opportunity. So today I took the Bible out, I went to the chapter in the book, and I set it down on the bench I was working on. And then when I got done in that area, I moved to a different area. I set the Bible open still next to my drink and my phone and the stuff that I just set on a little table that's at the gym there. I had my headphones in, I stopped to get a drink. A dude that I've talked to maybe twice, I've been going to this gym for a couple of years now, a dude that I've talked to maybe twice come up to me, and I took my headphones out. I was not presenting myself as approachable. I'm not sitting there like, hey, look at me. I took my headphones out, and he said, hey, man, you can only do one workout at a time here. And he pointed at the Bible, and I started laughing. And we had a great conversation about how he has been, listening to sermons and how he's been doing this, doing that. A 5-minute conversation as he was heading off to work. He was done with his workout. But this book, The Power of the Paper, opened up that conversation. And you better believe that this book is going to be open a whole lot more at the gym, because that's what happened in one day. Very first time I did it, opened up a conversation. Amazing to watch how God is at work. It's amazing to watch how he's been at work in me personally, in my family, in the people around me, how he works every single day. If you are bold, he will give you an opportunity. If you seek it, he will give it to you. You need to take advantage of that when he puts it in front of you. That's my message to you. Be bold. Trust the power of the paper. Carry one of these with you. We all open them in church, but open it in places where you frequent, where you might not normally have it. If you can do it at your workplace without getting in trouble, I know it sounds silly that we should even get in trouble for it, but if you can do it, do it. Set it on your desk, set it on your counter, set it back in your break area, just with your things. You know what I mean? And tell me that it doesn't open up a conversation with somebody. That's my message to you. I wanted to try to keep these videos under 5 minutes. This one convicted me in such a way. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. I love you. God bless you. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. My mission is not to be some sort of YouTube star. My mission is just to get these things that I think of out there to a group of people that I might not be able to touch otherwise. I have a small group, and I don't get a lot of opportunity to get outside of that. This is my opportunity. Hopefully it's an opportunity for you. Man, am I blessed. I've been watching this river the whole time I'm talking to you, and it brings me such peace and tranquility. We are blessed. For those of you that live in the area, Southwest Virginia, we are blessed to live where we live, and we can do so much good here, and we can do so much good in the entire world if we just get up and get out there and be bold. That's my message. God bless you all. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye.